Alright, so I'm going to continue layering in a few more elements. I'm going to go back to my tracks view here, hit the plus, and I'm going to add myself a smart keyboard. Works very similar to the other smart instruments. So you'll see I can get a little bass action down at the bottom. Right, and get some different sounding chords there. There is an autoplay. And you can activate the bottom or the top, left hand, right hand sort of sounds. You can also get some other instruments like the rock organ. And you'll notice there's a rotation, so you can get like a faster play there. Alright, let's rewind to the beginning and see if we can add something here. I'm going to turn the autoplay off and add a little rhythmic sort of pattern here. Okay, I'm going to pop out of that. So I just did a little upbeat pattern there. Let's take a look at that. Oops, in my mixer, I'm going to make sure that's quantized to the 8th note. That's going to fix any timing issues. I'm going to trim that down so it's right at bar 5. Oops, didn't quite get it. There we go. There we are. If I tap it again, I can loop it, and that's going to repeat the pattern throughout the whole tune. Let's add another instrument. Hit the plus. I'll go to my smart strings. Smart strings are very cool. You'll notice here at the top you have your violins, violas, cellos, and bass. And you can hear they're all playing there. If I turned some of them off, there's the violin 1, violin 2, and both together. So this is kind of like a cool sound that you can get. You can also go up and down like this, and that gives you a bowed sort of sound as opposed to like a pizzicato type sound. So I can turn them all back on. Nice big sound, and you can also change the instrument, of course. Here's a pop sounding section. Let's go back to the cinematic. Again, there is autoplay. Alright, but I'm going to do just kind of a pad by going up and down on the different lines there. Alright, let's check out what that looks like. So you can see the sustained notes down here. I'll make sure that that gets quantized to the quarter note. If we wanted to just hear this back here, I can go to my mixer and solo it. And you hear the texture gets thinned out a little here as I turned off some of those instruments. Alright, so that sounded pretty nice. So now let's go to some voice recording. Again, I'm going to add a track. I'm going to scroll over to my audio recorder. Check, check, testing 1, 2, and you can see your audio recording levels right here. So I'm just going to record a few sounds. I'm going to make sure that this one gets soloed right now. Hit it. Come on. A 1, 2, 3, 4, huh? Yeah. So just a few little syllables there. And you can add effects to it. Let me go back to my mixer here for a moment. I'm sorry, let's go back in here. And I had that soloed, so let's unsolo that. Like that track. Okay, let's play it back. You can get some different effects, so how about a robot effect? How about a chipmunk?
A 1, 2, 3, 4, huh?
Bullhorn? Yeah. Here's Dreamy.
Hit it. Come on.
A little more chorus if I want.
A 1, 2, 3, 4, huh?
A little more reverb.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's go with that. I'm going to go back in here. Unsolo it. Let's hear how things are sounding all together. Alright, so it's quite thick. We'll deal with mixing in a little bit. Let me do just one more track here. And I'm going to use this very cool thing called the sampler. Alright, so here's my sampler. There's some sounds that are actually already in there. Here's my sample. So here's a kid giggling. Here's a party horn. Oops, sorry, I didn't change there. So what it does is it takes that recording and allows you to play it just like an old analog sampler. I actually can record in my own sample if I want. So I'm going to hit start. Pop. And I'll shorten that. Pop, 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 pop. And if I want to look at the tuning, pop, 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 pop. So you can see it kind of like catches the tune of what you're saying. Now if I wanted, I could record something that's more of just like lyrics. Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one.
All right, and the keyboard would work too.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
So that's what I'm going to use to input this. Let's rewind it. I'm going to solo this because the texture's too thick probably for me to hear it properly. And let's record it.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one.
All right.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one. Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the
And you can see those notes down at the bottom.
Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the one.
Jamming on the